Hey you want to be my friend? I want everybody to be my friend. I want the whole world to be my friend. What is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, bringing you another anime review. This time for one of the last shows I watched of last year, Juni Taisen. Alright, so Juni Taisen is it's another kind of like death game type of anime. Similar, it's very similar to Fate. It's about 12 characters, each one of them representing one of the Chinese Zodiac. They have similar appearance and abilities to those animals. These abilities that kind of correspond with those animals. And they are battling to the death, and the final one alive will receive a prize, a wish, anything that they desire. So it's pretty much kind of like Fate Light, or I guess Fate Dark, since it gets pretty gruesome. But yeah, the show is it's kind of interesting. It has some execution issues. You know, for instance, think like this. Like, you've seen High School of the Dead, right? High School of the Dead was... It didn't try to be anything other than this popcorn action flick about hot chicks and zombies. That's all it was trying to do. Same thing with like one of my favorite action movies of all time, True Lies. It doesn't try to be deep. It doesn't try to be engaging. It's a popcorn action flick that had a surprisingly hot Jamie Lee Curtis. You know, hey, whatever. Don't judge me, alright? But still, you know, it's, they didn't try to be anything different than what they were. I think this show kind of suffers from that. It does have some good merits. The animation and the sound is actually pretty good. Like, the OP was good. Not as good as some of the other OPs, but it was definitely really solid OP. The fights, this is what got me hyped. Because the PV is a fight from, I think, episode 1 or episode 2. It's I think it's episode 2 that fight from the PV is from. And that is what got me hyped for this. Because you got the chick, and she's got the knife, and she runs up on the dude that he's shooting the gun. It gets you hyped. And the animation itself, the animation and the fight scenes are actually pretty good. Only problem is, it's not enough. They try to balance out story. It's not a good balance between story and action. It really tries to tell you a bunch of stories about each character. Like, don't do that. We know these characters. We know that most of these characters are gonna die. So you don't have to like tell me this big deep backstory and try to get me to care about this person, because I know in about 12 minutes this person's gonna die. So, what's the point? Juni Taisen tries to nail this home. But yeah. It's actually pretty interesting. Definitely something you can marathon in about a day. The characters themselves, one of the interesting things about this is there's no main character. So there's no Saber. No. There's no like main character you know is not gonna die. No. Everybody can die. Like, nobody has plot armor. You know, even people who have like supernatural abilities, they can die. I mean, they're OP, but they can die. That's probably one of the cool things about the show, is that you don't know. Like, when it hits you, when it ends and the winners you see how they won, it's like, wow. I mean, even though I guess if you watch it like concurrently, because I was watching it week by week. If you stream it, like marathon it, you might be able to pick up who's gonna win. Not to mention, this show does like to spoil itself. Like, for instance, don't even watch the ending of the show. Like, the ending theme, don't watch it. Just skip it completely. Because if you have any knowledge of the Chinese Zodiac, you're going to spoil yourself to how everybody dies and who wins. Speaking of the end, this show does have a very, very weird last episode. But enough of that, let's get to the pros and the cons. So, one of the first pros of the show is there is no main character. Like, there's no character that is the main character. Now, if you look at the show, you will see hints of who is more important than the other one, you know, but there is no main character. Everybody can die. And pretty much everybody does. But that is actually the perfect way to do a show like this. Like, if you look at other, you know, death game shows or tournament shows, like, say, the Tournament of Power with Dragon Ball Super. Like, you know, like Goku and Vegeta are going to die. I mean, they're the main characters. Vegeta might die, but I haven't caught up with it. But, you know, he's not going to die. Goku's definitely not going to die. Some kind of way Goku's going to win. And Universe 7 their universe is not going to get destroyed. You know, so it's kind of like nobody has that plot armor in this show, though. In Juni Taisen, nobody knows who's going to win. You know, it's a toss-up, you know, until you get closer to the end of the show. That's probably one of the coolest things about it. The last pro is the last episode. So the last episode of the show ties everything up perfectly. Like, there's no loose ends, there's not too many plot holes. It actually finishes all of the character arcs or character stories that they gave us throughout the show. You know, it kind of finishes up all that. Of course, there's one plot hole I'm going to get into a little later. And it doesn't close, but yeah, it pretty much sums up everything. Like, the winner gets their wish. They use the wish. They go through a bunch of stress about what they're going to wish for. You actually feel like, it's not like one of those shows like, oh, I wish for world peace or whatever. You actually feel the stress of this person of what they want to wish for. And they know that there's 100 different things they could wish for, and they have no clue which one they want to do. They're just weighing the pros and the cons of which wish they could do, and it drives them insane. It's quite funny. Not funny. But yeah, you know, you can kind of see this kind of pushes that character. But yeah, now the ending of the last episode, I honestly don't know what to say. It ends kind of like, boom, and that's really about it. You know, so I'm kind of left like, really though, bruh? But yeah, the last episode is one of the best episodes, one of the best finales I've seen of an anime.
世界中のみんなとお友達になりたいんだ.
So the cons of the show. This is the first time I've actually had this as a con, and that is the action. The action in this show, while it's good, it's well animated, it's cool, it's, you know, got a nice pace to it, but it's not nearly enough of it. Like, it's like, where is all the action? You know, they're supposed to be fighting to the death. We do more backstory, storytelling than we do fighting to the death. You know, it's like we get like, I mean, the backstory is good, set up some of the characters and stuff, but we know these people are gonna die. Like, why are you setting them up for us? You know, just throw them in there and have somebody to let me know what they can do, so that way we can, you know, fight. They can fight, you know? Not like this. This show doesn't do that. The fight scenes, while good, they are way too short. The con is there's too much story here. Like, they try to tell a story. They even try to have a central plot. Like, they try to make you care about the world and the wars that are happening in the world. And no, okay, I'm here to watch a death game. You know what I'm saying? That's like, or let's say a Ring of Honor show, because WWE is more sports entertainment. You go to a Ring of Honor show. You're looking for wrestling. You're looking for people fighting, beating the crap out of each other, people doing crazy athletic feats. But you go there and you get kind of like more of a soap opera-y WWE style, which, again, is not bad because I love WWE, but it's not what I'm here for. Juni Taisen has that same problem when it comes to story. I'm not here for this story, and there's a huge plot hole in the story, two, to be specific, that aren't wrapped up at the end. One being, how do these people get these powers? They're never explained. Do other people have powers? Or is it just these people? How do these people get these powers? You know, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Why are countries gambling over the world with these people? Why? I mean, if you're gonna start this big backstory explanation, finish it. All right. If you're gonna go down this route of why we should care about the world and the war and stuff, go ahead and finish that and to explain like why is everybody at war? Why is the Juni Taisen a thing? You know, why does the top head man have the power to grant wishes? You know what I'm saying? Again, that's why I'm saying it's better to just be an action show and not try to be something else. And the last con is the ending. Man, while the last episode itself was a really solid episode, the ending is ridiculous. It's kind of like, really? Like, the ending kind of just... It makes everything kind of pointless. All of what you just saw was pointless because of the end. And it's kind of like, well, damn. Okay. You know, and this show, I mean, the ride was interesting. The last episode was okay, but the end, not so much. I give Juni Taisen a D. Yep, definitely something interesting to watch over a weekend, but I wouldn't say like go out and buy it. But yeah, definitely, and watch the dub. I mean, the dub, it's cool. Watch the dub. But that's about it for this. I have 2 more anime reviews to come, including Made in Abyss. So that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and keep it real.